Hey guys, welcome to Chat with KST. I'm your girl K, and today we're going to be discussing Tasha K and Sukihana. Now, why are we discussing Tasha K and Sukihana? Well, they recently got into a little scuffle on Instagram, and that is a metaphorical scuffle between the two, right? So basically, what ignited the flame was Tasha K comparing Sexy Red's success to Sukihana's success, just saying, hey, you know what, Sukihana has done so much. She has licked toes, she has thrown up on private parts, she has done all of this, and she is still not as successful as Sexy Red, who is somebody who's recent and on the scene. Like, basically, Sukihana was the girl that was supposed to be the rapper that Sexy Red is, and Sexy Red just came in and took over and got features from big artists such as Nicki Minaj, whereas Sukihana has been friends with Cardi B for such a long time. And even though she did get the co-sign in WAP, where she was in the WAP video, feeling that Tasha K basically felt like, why doesn't Cardi B, disclaimer guys, I just did a Love and Hip Hop review, so it's like Carly Red's name is on my tongue, but anyway, we're talking about Cardi B. So Tasha K feels as though, why hasn't Cardi B given Sukihana the co-sign and has done a song with her and let her career get to new heights? So that's what Tasha K essentially said. Did she say it as nice as I just said it? Absolutely not. For anyone who knows Tasha K, they know that Tasha K ain't bringing it with no honey. She is giving you a dose of it with lime, okay? So it's gonna go down a little bit harsh. So it didn't go well for Sukihana. It didn't go down well for Sukihana. At first, Sukihana was being nice and she was like, hey, you know what you said hurt my feelings. I don't like that and blah, blah, blah. But Tasha K doubled down by saying, hey, look, I don't care if you like my sentiments. Tasha K continued by saying, what you represent as a black female to the black community is not right. All the twerking, all the shaking of the ass, all the disrespecting of yourself, walking like a dog, doing all of this extra stuff, it's a degrading of black women. And then Tasha K even pointed out that being that she is a dark-skinned black woman, she hates when other dark-skinned black women degrade themselves, because it's a representation of the community. And to see her do that, she's disappointed in Sukihana, and all she wants for Sukihana is to be further than she is in her career. And if she keeps up doing what she's doing, what Sukihana's doing, she won't go far, because the industry is just playing her as a joke. Now, I do want to say, Sukihana, I don't know, like, I do have to agree with Tasha K a little bit in terms of the industry making you out to be a joke, because she was on stage the other day and she literally had someone eat her butt, like started licking her butt and stuff like that. And I'm like, what are you doing? Are you an artist? If you're supposed to be an artist, you have to respect yourself. You've never seen a Beyonce get on stage and allow a fan to eat her private parts. You've never seen a Rihanna do that. You've never seen a Nicki Minaj do that. Why would you go on stage and allow someone to eat your butt? And as Sexy Red does, like even Sexy Red sings about booty hole brown and this pink and whatever. And I'm not trying to like call it out because of YouTube and their restrictions and stuff like that. I'm not trying to use the specific words, but even Sexy Red don't allow fans to touch her private parts and eat her private parts and stuff like that on stage. Like, I just feel like Sukihana has pushed the edges a bit too far, where she needs to bring it back a little bit and decide, are you an entertainer or do you want to be a rapper? What do you want to be at this point? Because if you want to be an entertainer, then go ahead and entertain the fans and do what you want to do. But if you want to be a rapper, you want to be a hip-hop star, I feel like you have to bring it back in the terms of the things that you do on stage. Now, don't Don't get mad at me and say, oh, well, you know what? Rock stars do crazy stuff, this, that, and the third. She's not a rock star. She's a rapper, right? So we're talking about rappers here. Now, Sukihana then, not to continue the story of what's been going on between Tasha K and Sukihana, because to sit there and read all of this back and forth, it's just better for me to summarize it because there's a lot of craziness, and then I will just say it more polite, right, than these two would say it. Sukihana then claps back and starts to say, hey, you know what, now I'm gonna start being mean to you. Now I'm not gonna be nice, Suki, anymore. Now you're gonna get nasty, Suki. And Sukihana just started to say mean things about Tasha K. She started saying that, hey, you have to pay up Cardi B her money. She started saying that Tasha K was being a little bit, what word am I looking for? Was being a little bit pushy in terms of saying that, oh, Cardi B needs to give you a feature. Cardi B needs to give you a feature. When they had private conversations, she was just like, you know, Tasha K needs to pay, I said this already, but I'm gonna repeat it. Tasha K needs to pay Cardi B her $4 million. She did go online and was just like, these content creators and stuff like that basically need me for their clout, for their clicks. These podcasters she used need me for their clicks and views and stuff like that. She did then go on to say that Tasha K's mama was dead. Tasha K went on to answer her and say, hey, my mother is not dead, she's actually alive. Sukihana then goes on to say, well, your mother looks dead. It's just gone to a really nasty place. Sukihana has brought up Tasha K's husband, saying that Tasha K's husband doesn't want to sleep with her because based on the video that surfaced a couple years ago where Tasha K was asking her husband, does he want sex? And he was just like, no, I'm too tired, babe. So just a lot of mess. I hope you see why now I've chosen to not read this mess to you guys directly like I normally would, but it's just messy. Now let's jump into my opinion on all of this mess. I feel like Tasha K gives commentary. I feel like Tasha K, if you know, I feel like sometimes one thing my best friend always tell me is, when you know somebody, accept them for who they are. They're not gonna change. There's nothing new that's gonna happen between this person. Accept them as they are and act accordingly. Everyone knows Tasha K. Everyone knows that Tasha K is gonna come and she's gonna bring it to you harsh. She's going to, sometimes I feel like there is some underlying truth to what Tasha K is saying, and if you focus on the truth of what Tasha K is saying, then the harshness of the scotch that she's giving it to you with will go down a lot easier, because I think all in all what Tasha K was trying to say, like I mentioned earlier, was that she wanted the best for Sukihana, and watching her degrade herself the way that she has degraded herself over the years isn't a pleasant thing to watch. And I do feel like personally no one is being honest with Sukihana about her brand and what her brand stands for and what it represents. I know girlies want a space to be hood, to be sexual, to be entertaining, to be all these different things. I just feel like there are limits to the way in which you express this. I feel like when you start crossing the line into territories of actually having sex and doing sexual things on stage, I feel like you have to recognize that, hey, your brand is going a little bit too far. Imagine Drake pulling out his private part on stage and having a girl do something like suck him off or what, like it's just inappropriate, right? It's just inappropriate. You have to know when you're going too far. And I do feel like Sukihana's brand has gone too far in a couple ways, even with the dog walking thing with Annalie Choppa, Sexy Red, and Sukihana. I did even make a short on here about it and I didn't like it, right? So you have to recognize when your brand is not something that is seen in a good light, but seen in a demeaning light, right? And I think that's all in all what Tasha K was trying to say. But Tasha K also adds her sazon onto it, right, where she adds her little harshness and stuff like that. And I think that part of it is unnecessary, but the message itself isn't unnecessary. I feel like Sukihana has taken it personally, where I always say in these videos, you have to take it anyway but personal. Like, this is the industry. People are gonna give their opinions on you. And I feel like Suki, like, it may hurt to hear this, but we're all looking at you like you're crazy. We're all looking at you like you're crazy. We see the potential. We see that you're a beautiful girl. We see when you're in interviews, you can be very entertaining. You can be very nice. You can be very calm. You have a good head on your shoulders. You know what's going on. You know what's up, right? You're good in that aspect. But to see you disrespect yourself in that manner that we watch you disrespect yourself on a daily basis, and then turn around and wonder why someone like YK Osiris will disrespect you, is because he watches you disrespect yourself, right? So, and this is not to excuse YK Osiris's behavior. This is just to show you the reasons why one would act the way that they act, right? So I think Sukihana doesn't like it. Now, this brings me to the video clip that I want to show you guys of another way in which I felt like Sukihana was really, you know, she thought it was playful, but it was very disrespectful to herself, and I just want to show you guys.
In my ass, he wanna switch. Now I'm eating his ass, eating his ass, eating a nigga ass, eating a nigga ass. We be eating niggas ass.
So I think Sukihana thought that, hey, we're having fun and games with Boosie, his dog is here, let me just hump the dog. But I don't think she quite understands that you're humping a dog. Like, I get it. There is people out there who do things that are bestiality, I think it is, or beast something, whatever it is. I don't want to get into it, but people are into certain things. I get it. There's a market for certain things, but why do you have to be a part of that? Why do you have to represent that? Why do you have to go down and do that? I feel like it's another one of those moments like when she was being walked like a dog on the Anneli Choppa video alongside Sexy Red. I feel like it's disrespectful, it's demeaning, and why are you doing it? What in your brain, what are you thinking about? What is on your mind makes you feel like, okay, well, this is what I want to do and this is how I want to represent myself? I think Sukihana does things for the purpose of doing them. To gain attention, of course, but I do feel like you have to be mindful of the attention that you gain. I feel like you have to be very mindful of it. So this was one of the things I wanted to just point out to you guys, that Tasha K had pointed out to us, that, hey, this is what Sukihana's up to, and these are the things that I don't like about Sukihana, the way in which she disrespects herself. Now, again, Tasha K didn't say this nicely. She said it, of course, with the lime that I was telling you about, with the bitterness that I was telling you guys about earlier, but I'm just giving it to you guys with a dose of honey. And yeah, I just feel like Suki needs to rebrand. Suki needs to be mindful, and I think the reason why Sukihana has grown so upset is because there is some underlying truth to what Tasha K is saying, but I feel like no one has been bold enough to tell her to her face publicly and within the industry that she works in that her brand is very demeaning. So I get it, the ghetto girls and the girlies, like, I'm a ghetto girl, like, we all want a space to see what we represented in the industry. However, there is something called taking it a little bit too far, and I think Sukihana has taken it a little bit too far. So I'm gonna say I side with Tasha K on this one. I love me some Sukihana, but I side with Tasha K's sentiments on disrespecting herself. I don't side with Tasha K with the bitterness. The bitterness, she can leave that out of it, but the underlying tone, right? Because you always have what someone is saying, but then the deeper meaning behind what they're saying, and the deeper meaning behind what Tasha K is saying, I can resonate with that, right? So hopefully Sukihana rebrands and, you know, restrain from doing certain things online and doing certain things at her concert. She can still be her, just without the extraness, but we'll see what happens from here on out. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinion on the whole Sukihana Tasha K situation, and how are you feeling? Who do you side with? Do you love Sukihana and all of her craziness that she comes with, or do you side with Tasha K, feeling as though Sukihana is a representation of Black women and she hasn't been representing us in the greatest light? Share your thoughts and comments down below, and don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll chat next time. Bye.